The serpent did nothing wrong. The story in a nutshell is humans fell from grace in the Garden of Eden after Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and gave it to Adam, after God forbade them from doing so, having been tricked by the serpent. The usual takeaway is that the serpent is evil. He's generally associated with Satan, and as a result of him tricking Eve, suffering entered the world. They were then kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and the rest was history. I'm more interested in the interpretation of the serpent being the hero. I say this because on literal reading of the story, the God figure comes off like those in positions of power that feel somewhat threatened, so they have to have their subjects live in ignorance. I say this because why were Adam and Eve created without the knowledge of good and evil? Generally, when beneficial information is kept from you, it's usually so the powers that be can manipulate you as they please. After Adam and Eve ate from the tree, God later said, "Now they have become like us and have knowledge of good and evil. They must not be allowed to eat from the tree of life and become gods." This shows him noticing the threat that faced him. If your subjects know right and wrong and have knowledge of what you may do to them, the only real card you have is the ability to end them. God had told them if they ate from the tree, they'd die. Here's where the serpent stepped in. He told Eve that she won't die if she eats from the tree, only that she'll be like God, having knowledge of good and evil. Everything plays out exactly like the serpent says. Adam, Eve, and the serpent are later cursed, and Adam and Eve are kicked out of the Garden of Eden. The serpent wasn't wrong because living in ignorance, in my view, is not preferable to knowing the truth. Considering the God figure chose to keep them in ignorance and set them into a world of suffering upon a single transgression and denied them immortality so that they can't compete with him, tells me that his nature is not as benevolent as the standard interpretation is, and the serpent brought that to light. With that said though, I may just be a simpleton that isn't intellectually adept enough to understand the deeper meaning of the story. Thanks for watching.